Howdy y'all, welcome on in. My swimming thrown about to tavern. Hopefully you guys are well. Hope everything is going well. That being said, today I am working on Create the Endventure and trying to work on getting some metals worked on. I'll try to automate them all and try to get them ready to go. Maybe also, if I have time, get also some chorus fruit working on as well. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but I am going to try to work on it. In any case, though, if you guys are enjoying the content, liking always does help a lot, and of course subscribing as well. And of course just showing up and hanging out. It's always to be the biggest thing in the world. So, in any case, should be a nice fun day today and relaxed and chill. With that being said, I am waiting on brass to be finished. That is being worked on. I know that I gotta get a ton of different mastified resins, which are going to require blocks that get heated to make the liquid. Interesting, so I'm gonna need like... Wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. So how like to make just mastic paste? So that comes from hammering down mastic resin, which comes from heating seeds, a slime ball, and a sugar. So there's going to be a lot of math that goes into those. That'll be fun. Just waiting on this real quick. I gotta restock some stuff real quick, and then I can start working on the next part of the project. Unfortunately. Galactic Cape. That's interesting. If sugar high is present, applies regeneration. Interesting. Anyways, done. Then I'm gonna need some seaweed. I have to borrow Jerome for a moment. Yeah, should be nice and chill. Got a lot of stuff to work on in terms of getting all the metals operated. I've got to make train schedules and making everything work, and then figure out also about how to get the chunks to stay loaded. The only thought is to build everything within one chunk, but that will be difficult. Because then I could force load those chunks. But I also know I think I'm running out of loadable force chunks. Yeah, because right now we got like... Yeah, all 10 of them are force loaded. Unless I choose to up that, which I don't know if that's even possible. Anyways, my goal was to get seaweed. Kike. Well, I'd say about 4 stacks is worth the time. So I gotta make some more bents and stuff. I should just get rid of this railway and just use Jerome for this, but whatever. At this point, I didn't really think about when I made it. Oh well. Pick up Jerome. Go smoke these into oblivion. It should be smoking, right? Looks like it. Perfecto. That should be enough room for all those. And then while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go make about 2 stacks worth of redstone diodes. 1, 2. Oh boy. That's 9 stacks. That's 18. So this one and these. Perfect. And then I'm gonna need 2 stacks of quartz. Those. Those. I'm also gonna need some iron sheets. This is just to make the tunnels. Press. Throw these in the grinder. Perfect. Let's get worked on while I'm busy down here. Then go and clear all this out real quick. Wait. Let's see. Turn those into gold ingots. Put these all upstairs. Seems like every day begins with chores for anything else. Whatever. I have so many gold nuggets, holy crap. Condense those down back into their proper format. It's better. Also, I probably don't need this many copper ingots at available at any one time. Bruh. I'll put these in here for now, just so that they're somewhere. Bulletin bones going here. Put the course fruit somewhere else for now. I bet I had done this a long time ago to get prepped for something, just to be ahead, and I just kind of forgot about those. I was like, 'cause I don't remember putting in that much. Well, that helps. It's fine, I have a lot of iron anyway, and about to be unlimited. Or, well, it already is unlimited, but it's fine. Those are all put away. Holy lag. So you turn these into diodes. Perfect. Eventually, I'll also have these automated as well once I have all the iron and all that produced. Okay. So my goal, not to create those. Just create brass funnels and brass tunnels. Inventory access port. What is that about? Accessing inventory can be challenging in tight spaces. That's kind of cool. But components attached to ports can access inventory. Huh. Cannot be daisy chained. Obviously. And I guess you can also control it with redstone. Yeah. That's kind of cool. So it allows you to kind of like control or access inventory spots. Interesting. It's not very useful in my condition, but or my situation, but that is interesting. Anyways, before I do this, I'm gonna go quickly collect from my other machinery area. Because I need to collect some gears, gearboxes, chain drives, and a lot of other doohickeys that are usually common in my work. Two, three. Well, that don't really suffice my problem. I don't know what will. 3. 1, 2, 3. That helps. And then, yeah, we'll go grab a couple casings. And then I need some shafts. Don't need flint, and don't think I need andesite. I do need to... Actually, I do need some andesite, actually, and I think about it. Interesting. Actually, this probably doesn't need it. Yeah, I do at least need a couple stacks, so let me borrow one of these. Need to make some more andesite funnels as well. Just gonna let those work. Thank you, gents. We can go and stock up on some more belts. Never hurts. Alright, well those are well stocked. What else do I got? I need to stock up. Right now I got the brass stuff I gotta stock up on real quick. 3, 4. So I made the 4 stacks. Yeah. Yeah. And then... also need to make some andesite versions. Get low on those as well. Perfect. Shoots would be nice. Which I should remember how to make these things. See how far half a stack gets me. That may be enough. I just need to automate this. This is an easy automation. I just have not done it. Hey, Nicholas, my man. How are you doing? I am doing well. How are you? Working on stocking up some stuff for a big project today, so it's taking a minute to get ready. But I'm working on it. That's good. Need a stack of drills. Might need these. Definitely know I need this little fart. Anything interesting going on for you today? It's rare occurrence to see you on a Wednesday. Forgot I actually have Electrum. Well, that's a process. Takes gold, glowstone, dust, and quartz. Crikey. Oh, how many of these do I want to do? Do I want to just do a stack? I mean, we need 5 stacks of nuggets, 5 stacks of gears. Not sure. What do you mean by not sure? Nothing interesting. I had an appointment this morning, but it was just a follow-up, so that didn't take very long. Five stacks of nuggets. Stack of those. This is gonna take forever. I mean, 5 stacks of each gear. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll fill up its own time. Alright, now we gotta go smash these golden plates. While that's working out, I'm gonna go do this real quick. So it should go small gear, large gear, and nuggets. Well, this is about to be somewhat satisfying and somewhat annoying. And 80%, so 20% failure, 80% success. Zipper. SpongeBob for me. I know that's where it comes from, because Squidward does it in the shower. He does the whole la-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-da. That's as far as I know. I don't know where it actually comes from. Maybe from some, like, old 60s thing or something, or 50s. Or 20s. Not sure myself, actually. No, it might not be the origin, no. That's just where I recognize it from. He's trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up too. I'll be grateful when these things are automated. Frick me. Running out of space. Are we there yet? This part takes forever. I mean, my brain said we're making a stack. Or we're doing a stack worth. So, what brings you today? I know that this is not normal for you. You don't normally show up on this kind of day. What's the occasion? Do you just have time today, or have trouble sleeping? 10 o'clock. I didn't even know that was an option. Oh, really? How long's your holiday? It's a long holiday. It took so long. Oh, so today's the last day for your holiday. That's weird. Hey, Jay. I didn't realize you guys had such a long holiday. Whatever. I can't be bothered to put that better, please. Oh, what else am I gonna need? Parameter gauge. Not much at the moment, Jay. Working on trying to get some stuff done for this. Or for a prep cycle here. Dude! That's insane! Oh my gosh. Like, that's so much stuff. What's this for? Oh my gosh. Alright, well. Do I even have any breast casing available? I don't think so. Oh, at most I'm probably gonna need like 4. At most, I think. I have 4 different ores I gotta do this with, so... It's gonna be hard to believe I'm gonna need any more than 4. So 4 it is. Okay, doing my best, man. Doing my best. Oh. Working on a lot of different things, to be honest. In the meantime, on my own. Well, actually, not really. Okay, don't need those anymore. I don't think I'm gonna need any more of these, but I'm gonna keep that there. Windmills. I need 4 of these farts. So 4 stone, 4 slabs, 4 shafts. Pretty sure andesite works. So does calcite. So 4 calcite, 4 slabs, and then 4 shafts. I wish this thing told me what was in my toolboxes. Windmill bearing. Okay, calcite does not work. Comes with depression, brother. Can't say I always look happy all the time. Also had a very... well... my brain's broken. I think that's probably the best way to probably put it. So if I want full windmills at each one, that takes 4 stacks of sails each. Oh gosh, the math. Is that 8 stacks? Because 2 stacks makes 4. So I need 16 stacks. I think that's the right number. Is 16 stacks. So I need 16 stacks of everything. Oh, did you? Fair enough. Fair enough, Jay. Okay. So I'm gonna need about 16 stacks of everything. So I'm gonna need 32 stacks of sticks, 16 stacks of andesite alloy, and 16 stacks of wool. Which means there's about to be a major... possibly a major sheep shearing. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. Alright, let's start with the wool, because I want to see how much I actually need to get. And then from there we can work on A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Because sticks are stitch. Andesite alloy should be stitch too. Probably should have took Jerome. Or the train. Oh well. Let's see. So I know I have a string production facility here. Kind of, it's flax, but it works. Oh, we'll see how this goes. Four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will take all of it. Well, that about works. So I should be able to get all 16 stacks of wool. At least this way I don't have to shear about a ton of sheep to get this wool. Just gotta get string and... so no sheep will be harmed in the process of this build. Thankfully. So this is 1 stack. 2 stacks. 3 stacks. 4 stacks. 5 stacks. 6 stacks. Put these in here for now. So that's 6. Quiet. Oh. Like, what the? Like, I know you worked, Dinkum. Surprising that this actually is faster than trying to find sheep to shear. Just trying to find sheep in this situation is probably gonna be a pain in my arse. I could birth them at a quick rate. Nah. I don't want to do that. Too much work. That also means I must have to grab a backpack for all this, because stuff is not going to be able to fit in my inventory. It's just too much stuff. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're at 12 now. So that's 1 stack. So 12, so we need 16, so we need 4 more stacks. So that's 2 stacks. 3 stacks. Alright, that should be enough. Is there any other way to turn this into string? By the way. I could have ground it down for more chance for string. Oh well. I imagine my hands are going to be like strapped from this. Or something's going to just be sore and hurting from all this flax treatment. As I could dare to imagine. Thing is with it, it won't ease up. I mean, medicine helps, like, it helps. How do I explain this? It doesn't make me feel better, it just helps me not feel terrible. So even though I may be feeling like, in a sense, like I don't feel so down all the time, it's still there. I just don't feel as down as I could be feeling. That's usually how it normally works. I appreciate it. It's just part of life, unfortunately. With what I've been given, it's the hand I've been dealt, as you could say. And as much as I would like to say it doesn't own me, it doesn't own me. It doesn't make my appearance great, I guess. There are times where I may seem a bit down than I normally am. Or I seem more down than I show. And then there are times I'm really good at faking it. Like I'm not. Depression people tend to be the best actors. Surprisingly. It's quite the common experience. So, I do appreciate your wishes, I do. Yeah. Whether or not if it does get better, we will see in time. Gavin90, I appreciate the follow. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if there's even a way to change that for kick. If there is, I will change that at some point. At some point. But I look like this. Me showing my sadness, depression, it's more honest with you all, and I'd rather be more honest than lying. So, instead of trying to be jolly, I've kind of just taken more of a back seat, trying to just kind of a bit more relax. Because I don't really want to keep lying about it. Not that I was overly lying, but still. Hmm. So let's see, I need 16 stacks of nuggets. So that is about 2 of these stacks. And then giving 2 back. Thank you. Some people may not find it that way, though, surprisingly. But I can't control other people's feelings about it. I appreciate it. Though there are rare, like once in a blue moon occurrences where I do feel better. So, I consider it like a respite for me. Like God gives me respite for a respite for whenever I do have a rough streak. Which, in this current stage, I feel like I am. But I don't necessarily know that. Can I fit 16 stacks? Probably not. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Can I fit it in the backpack? Yes. Positively scrumptious. Alrighty. That being said, I do feel calm, though. For what it's worth. In spite of the feeling of sadness or whatever, depression or whatever, it's not too bad. I do feel somewhat calmer. I'm not really exactly looking for anything, trying to make anything happen or anything, so that kind of helps in its own way. To some degree, not a full degree, but to some degree. Wait, why am I up here? Okay, now I guess I have this chest with the supplies. Should be that. Iron, andesite, iron. I am. Part of me didn't want to play it today. That was a small part of me. That's been kind of been lately. Not exactly sure why. To be quite honest. It could be that my brain is just very unenthused by the reality of what I'm doing. Like I said, which wouldn't shock me. ADHD after all, so. I do appreciate it. I do. If anything, my depression makes me look toward heaven, knowing that I'll be free from it at some point, and I won't have to deal with it anymore. But even then, if it is the possibility that I do, I'm not afraid of it. It's one of those things I look at like this. God's there, and that's all that matters to me. So, if I still have to deal with it even up there, I'm not worse. But I shouldn't have to. Based on what he says. Ah. It's always the problem with this recipe thing is I got to do all these specific ways of doing it. It has to be in like a certain way so that it always retracts. Here. I am trying to. Like recently I've been playing a game called what is it called? Kyborg? It's like a roguelike Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham style game, which is really fun. It's basically about free flow combat, which is really fun. I've come to very much enjoy that. And then I've also been playing on my VR headset. I've been playing Saints and Sinners Retribution, which is The Walking Dead. That's fun. Though it is very strenuous on the body. My legs hurt after playing for like a couple hours. Kills my legs. But I like this. It's like some type of strength training, I guess. Ah. So beyond that, I'm trying to find fun something. Just supposed to hang out with you all. I think that's one thing that's making this okay for me is that I'm hanging out with you all. Yeah, that is true. Sly Cooper was the reason you came along, so. And then as for Jay, that was it, but that was Kingdom Hearts. Everyone came along for their own reasons, so. That's how I view it. Well, that's not how I view it, that's just how it is. So I agree. Yeah. I give credit to Sly Cooper for that reason. Not gonna lie, that was probably one of the best times for video games. These story games, anyway. They were really decent back then. Super decent. I do miss them every now and again. They were so much fun. They were so much fun. Even like the old like Call of Duties and all that were really fun too. I don't know why. No, there have been some new games that have been nice to play as well. I won't lie as well. On that note. Should run out just in time for the andesite start filling in. Yes. Alright, I can now finally leave this to its devices. I no longer have to touch it. And that should all fill in with all 16 stacks. Alright, now I need 16 stack of sticks. This is gonna be freaking fun. What is the best stick recipe? It's kind of a weird question, but I am kind of curious what the best stick recipe is here. Okay, so just going at it, basically. Alright. So, see, that's 6 stacks. I need 10 more. I'm also going to remove this amount in my backpack so I don't cause problems. So that's... Let's try 16, maybe. Do it out of birch since it's kind of an ugly wood. This should be 2 more stacks, so that's 8. I don't know what I was thinking when I did this. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that should mean this is the last bit. Oh wait, no, I actually gotta do 2 stacks of 16. Fudge! So it's... I do not like math. Sucks so much. Ay caramba. That's 8. 12. 16. Katya. I am very tempted right now to put my crafting thing in the other thing. I would say yes, there is a proverbial... Or sorry, that... It's kind of like a... It is toward the person. But it doesn't necessarily need the you, I guess, grammatically. It's just God bless. But I guess you could say God bless. God bless you. So, even though it is always mentioned, I think it doesn't necessarily need it. I'm gonna borrow this crafting tablet here. So that way we can just craft in the house. Yep. Well, there's 8. There's at least 2 windmills. I might actually have too much. We'll see. It takes 4 stacks of windmills, so I might actually have a bit too much. Whoops. I guess one thing interesting I did today, I did watch 9 on YouTube. It was free, so that was fun to watch. Before I started streaming today, I was watching that. And the weather's warmed up. Nice to go on a walk in spite of the winter. It's like waiting simulator, dog. There's nothing I can do to help out. I must sit here and wait for everything to be done. On a good note, I'll have enough anti-alloy to make all the wheels. On a bad note, I have too much wool now. So I think I need another 4 stacks. And I just need another 8 stacks of sticks. So... I have a wee bit too much stuff, lads. Yeah, good enough. Oh. What the? Why is this in here? What the? We're putting this in there. Shut up, cow. You're fine. Got grass. Also a trial chamber last episode. That was rough. Because it was way too huge. I didn't even finish it. I just said I'm done. I can't do it anymore. That was really rough. Damage wasn't bad. I had familiars to help me, but that freaking length of time it took to beat it was so long. So that was fun. Yam-O glow puffs. The heck is that? Aching tenebrous clump. These aren't even real words, dog. What the frick is a tenebrows? think it's tenebrows. Oh, it can be dropped by wardens. Oh, okay, so it's a warden thing. Let's say, what the frick is a tenebrows? It's freaking wardens. So it's a warden slab. It's a slab of warden. I know veterans who still live, and I know veterans that still live. I think it might be contextual. Might be depending on the situation, maybe. Not exactly sure. Instead of saying still live, you could say that I know veterans who are alive. Who are still alive. Or I know some veterans who are alive. Yeah, maybe instead of saying still live, I would say are alive, maybe. That might be a bit more preferable in context. Yeah, probably say that. I like the fact that all this preparation took in an hour, by the way. An hour. Yeah, you're good. No, you're good. I would probably say I know veterans who are still alive today. Would probably be the contextually correct version. In all honesty. I mean, there always are veterans that are alive, just maybe not necessarily veterans from certain wars anymore. Like, there may be some people still alive from World War II, I doubt it though, but maybe. It's been almost... what? It's almost been 100 years since World War II. I want to say when we hit like the 2040s is when we will have officially been like 100 years. Could be wrong. Or that happened in the 1920s. I cannot remember. I definitely know World War I veterans have got to be out. Which sounds wrong, but I mean, that's the only kind of way to say it. I'm waiting here anyway, so... Oh, okay, so 1939. So in 2039, it'll be the anniversary, 100th, the century anniversary of World War II. And then we've already passed the years thing, the 100 years for World War I, apparently. That was back in 2014, 2018. Interesting, interesting. That's fair. So you're a linguist. You say that part of your identity and hobby is linguism. I hope that's the right statement. Seems right. Linguism. Either way, language studying, basically. Alright, that is 8 stacks of sails. For windmill bearings. Storage interfaces, drills, train stations, rotation speed controllers. And last but not least, we have to create crushing wheels. Which are going to be a pain in my arse. Because they require so much gosh darn andesite alloy. Because this game loves to watch me suffer. For frick's sake. There's nothing really else I can do except wait for this because it's kind of what I want to focus on today. So it's kind of really just bloody sucks. Unfortunately. At this point, it's like literally just a background thing to do while we're talking. Ay caramba. Sounds satisfying though. And once ever fall asleep to it. Which one? Trying to think which one you're talking about. Because right now the only one that comes to mind is like Dimitri. Oh, okay, so it wasn't Dimitri. How does it remind you of that? If I may ask you, how does it remind you of Murray? On like the second mission. Or third. Depending on what order you go in. Is it because of the sounds? Because this more reminds me of like Dimitri's like headquarters whenever he like you go in to take all the pictures for his setup. And you see, like, him having, like, you know, the print press, the water thing, this, that. Either that or, like, Rajit. Whatever the tiger was. I think his name was Raj. Whatever his name was. Like, his industry as well. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like whatever you're like you look at the spice plant or something, maybe even just because of like how everything looks. Fair enough. I'm not gonna discredit you for what you think, but maybe I just can't see it. Alrighty, so we need at least one set of wheels. Do I hear two? I don't think so. I'm fairly sure these become immediately turned into the block once they touch. So, blue mastic resin compacts into blue mastic paste. Compact into block of blue mastic. Liquefied blue mastic resin. Lava plus blue mastic resin equals blue zoltanite. So once molten block is active, you can place specific blocks adjacent to it to create infinite resources of that event's type. Active molten azurine will convert into an azurine block. Placing more blocks of that correct type next to these converted blocks will also turn them into the same molten vent resource. You can combine liquefied mastic resin and lava by letting them interact in the world, similar to how a cobblestone works. This creates the block version directly, so you're not required to use the extruder. Just letting you know. You can now break these newly created blocks. By crushing these harvested blocks, you'll be able to continuously obtain infinite resources with your molten vent. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really see robots taking over the world anytime soon, but I'm not surprised. They can barely walk and run properly. I mean, they're getting better, but my point being is like kind of... I'm not exactly scared by the idea of the fact that there is now robots. Or AI. I don't really see a Skynet situation happening where we're going to have like terror things coming after us anymore at this point now. You know? So it seems like with this I only have to make like a couple of buckets worth. If we're just being clear on the blue mastic paste. Because apparently it works like that. So if that's the case, I should be able to mine a ton of blocks quickly if I do the right setup. And then I can do the processing back at home. And at some point, I can set up... Hold on. I might need to go into the mod configs for a moment. I don't think it's a problem, though. But I do kind of agree at some point with some people that there will be a bubble that will pop. Maybe at some point. Like the need for AI will become not so important. It's kind of hard to beat a human touch sometimes. But I also understand why people do it because of price, you know. It's cheaper just to go with that. So I get it. And I've dabbled in it here and there, just kind of look at stuff, so. Though I'll never use it to create videos. I can't do that anyway. I live stream, so. Doing that would be kind of weird. Because I don't think I would ever be able to... I don't think interaction would ever happen like that. Oh, I passed it. Oh, can I not increase the range? Uh-oh. I mean, if not, then I'm going to have to figure out a different way to load chunks. Because I thought I might be able to, like, increase the range of... Or how many loadings I can do. But from what I'm seeing... That's a no-go. Interesting. Well... Can we do it from here? Okay. I mean, it is what it is. The thing is, at some point, though, you're not gonna... even if you can't tell the difference, so to speak, I think there will always be kind of like a distinct differentness to it. It is a robot, and it's meant to attach everything you want. So it's never gonna make mistakes. It's never gonna... It's so-called perfect. It's never gonna make mistakes. It's never gonna do anything wrong outside of whatever it's told to do. It's always gonna be exactly whatever you get, and whatever and whatnot. So the point being is probably... You're gonna tell. And you may or may not like it because it won't have a human touch. You know, that's just videos. You can't really do live streams like that. So, I mean, that maybe put more emphasis on live streams. Maybe. This is like a rerun or like a watch party thing, but I think we'd probably be a bit more forced into it. What was I doing? I know I was making the wheels, but I'm just gonna focus on that right now and I'll worry about the rest later. But that's probably where I sit with the whole idea. So I'm not really bothered by it, though. And I imagine there probably will be some format of, like, law or government thing passed where they will have to put a watermark for creative licensing reasons. So I don't doubt that for a second. But again, this is all assuming it becomes perfect. So we're writing a lot on certain qualities things here happening. So far, that's a very distant future. It's also assuming AI doesn't stop being something hyped. When I hear most people don't even like AI at the moment and the stuff it puts out. if someone will make an efficient AI that removes watermarks. They already do remove watermarks from videos. They can. I don't know how good it is, but I know that I have seen that. I'm not sure if I need any more of this, but I know where it's at if I need it. So I ain't gonna cry milk over, not gonna cry wolf over it. Oh, what else do I need? So I know I gotta make the mastic resin, and I gotta make a couple buckets worth. Which means I need this stuff. And then I have to get this stuff. Then I have to compact it into a block. And then that block has to get turned into whatever and hootenanny I need it to be. So it looks like I have to dye it in the paste stage. Am I wrong on that? Yeah, so it looks like I have to dye it in the paste stage. Okay. I can do that. Even then, I don't think it's anything close to what people have always considered it was going to be. People considered it was going to be like this monumental thing that would do something. Right now, it's done nothing for the public. Except make creation harder for people sometimes. That's a statement. Compacted nutsack. That's a statement. Yeah, can I get about 3 compacted nutsacks of hazelnut? Please? That's a statement. Alright. So I have to get this, and then this has to get mixed into a heated mixer to make the liquid version of that. And I need 4 just to make a bucket. Which means I need 9 mastic, or 36 mastic resins to make that. Wow. That is expensive. And I need goo balls. Well, don't I know where to get some goo balls? I have a farm for those down over yonder here. I definitely know some people have been predicting AI coming around at some point. It definitely ain't no Terminator crap, though. I don't think that robots could even handle that kind of capability. And even if they could, it would be so freaking wonky and funny to watch them try. To try to do something of that nature. I feel like it would just be funny just to watch. I guess there are robots. They're very like early stages of robots. They're cleaning robots. And they do like the basic tasks of humans. They're really expensive, but they're basically like humanoid looking robots that literally clean the dishes, can empty, do laundry, fold laundry, and literally you have it track you and watch what you do, and then it'll do it for you, and it'll do whatever you did, basically. Which is kind of insane to think about, I won't lie. But it is happening. Ow. Alright, while the gooberts spawn again. So to make a mastic resin, I need 1. And I need 36 of these to make a bucket. And I need 2 buckets per. Assuming I do that. And assuming this stuff spreads out like I'm thinking. I'm going to need 36 doubled. Which is 60... Nope, 72. So that's 72 times 4. 8. So I'm gonna need 288 goo balls. Suffering. I know there's a way to make these things too. Like you can just make them with dough. Which honestly, I want to really badly. Because I know it'll be faster. Maybe I should. Instead of trying to harvest it from these goofballs. It's actually a very beautiful image right there. But anyways. Which also means I'm also going to need 3 times the seeds. Frick me, mate. But anyways, yeah, that robot's kind of weird. Because it looks like a humanoid. So. I'm just waiting to see one walk into like a church and want to believe in God. That'd be kind of funny to watch. To see how pastors deal with that. Because there's going to be a very big conflict in the church if that happens. A lot more. I've played Java much more than Bedrock. Just because of the modding capabilities and everything, it's much more fun to me. See, I've played a lot more Java. Unfortunately, I don't know how many hours I have total on Minecraft. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Definitely a lot, and that's... And then also depends if also we're considering AFK hours. Hey, Cyan. It's you again? What do you mean? It's good to see you again, Cyanurus. What it's worth. Some people have said and asked questions toward AI to see... Oh yeah, I guess you did, didn't you? Oh, it's glad to have you back, Cyan. Glad to have you back. They have asked AI, like, would it believe in God? And they've got to a point where they said, yes, it's logical to believe in God. The only thing is that with the way AI is, it can't really hold a belief system, so they can't really say for sure. It's a very difficult line to walk. If I'm just gonna be honest. It's a very difficult line to walk. I'm going to need a lot of these seeds in a little bit. Not yet, though. Work on one thing at a time here. What's this? Blueberries, sweet berries, cocoa berry. How have you been, by the way, Cyan? Pumpkin. Potato, onion, carrot, beet, cabbage. Where is my wheat? There it is. So, I need to make goo balls. And to do that, I need dough. And then to do that, I need 288. So, there's 256. 257, 258, 259, 260, 261, 262, 263. Hold on. So I know it's just 256, so I need 32. I don't know about AI. I've heard about the brain chips, though. I know Elon Musk released some, and they went pretty well for the people who received them. I don't necessarily know if I would want an implant in my brain, though. I'm pretty happy being able to control my own thoughts, so to speak. Well, I have heard it's like having superpowers, but I think I'm good. I hope no. Yeah. The thing is, with the way humans are, we're bound to if we can. It's not necessarily if we will, it's when can we. Nope. I have noticed that when it comes to people. It's never a question of can we, it's just when. Or I guess will be. It's kind of a question of will be, but it's more of a question of when. Will it be ethically allowed to do so? And then what's the benefit, you know? So unfortunately, they probably will be released at some point. Hopefully that's a long way in the future, though. Hopefully. Like, so far into the future that I will never get to experience it. Or get to see what it does to people. But if I do, I do. Let's see. I know I need to blast this into green dye. So go ahead and toss those in there for some green dye and turn that into lime. Hello, Mr. Villagers. Oh, wait for all this. So I do have a bit more than I need, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'd rather have extra than not enough. By the way, how was your holidays, Cyaners? I never got to ask you that. How was your holidays? Also gonna need way more sugar than that. I think I have some extra sugar up in my base, so that is not the problem. Alright, now we gotta wash this dough and turn it into some dough. Good. Did you get anything interesting? Anything fun happen during that time? It maybe would be cool if an anti-OCD brain chip would be released. But it would maybe change the brain a bit so. But as an idea, it at least sounds a bit cool to me. Yeah, I could probably see that being the most case for these chips, is that they fix neurological problems. The problem is that the brain is so complex that altering it is very difficult. So even the idea of implanting a chip would be so difficult to do properly to fix the problem. But it's so particular that I don't necessarily know it would have good implications in the end. It would have way more side effects, I feel like. I'm not exactly sure what they would be, but I feel like it would have a lot more side effects than positive. Could be wrong, and I, take my say with a grain of salt, but we don't know, but more likely with everything else with medical reasons, it's never been well. It's never gone well for us. Like the CAT scan, there's radiation involved, and so people got sick because no one was protected right and stuff. Or with certain meds that I take, there's always these, ton of different side effects. And even in a perfect world, then you have to deal with the reality that you have an AI in your head. And then probably some type of battery, because your brain runs on electrical impulses, so your brain would basically have to cause little zaps in your head, which would mean headaches, a lot of headaches, which means you may have to take some type of anti-headache med to make sure your brain doesn't go all terrible on you. Because one bad zap could easily short-circuit your head. That's another thing too, is how is it going to affect your life if something goes wrong? That would be rough. Just to fix one little problem. Yeah. It's not a bad thing to do. It's pretty much all you can do in this situation, but I get you. It is rough. Too many RAM for something that can't properly play chess. Oh, too much RAM for something that can't play chess. Yeah. That is true. These AI's been around a lot longer than that. There's been AI in video games a long time. So it's not like AI hasn't been around. It's just never been so technologically available, I guess, maybe, in the way it is now. Probably be the right word. But I agree. Right now, with its situation right now, I don't believe it'll be anything close to what people would like it to be or need to be. It's mostly just kind of like a... What's the word for it? It's kind of like just a very curious object. Kind of like a curio object. Or oddity. It's kind of cool, but it's like, eh. There's some use here and there, but it's not much. So, whatever. And you kind of just move on with your life after you look at it. I could be wrong on that note, by the way, but that is something I think of about that. Kind of more of an oddity than anything. I mean, it is artificial intelligence. It's just not really... I guess it's just kind of missing part of the intelligence part. Because it can't really think for itself. In a way. Let's talk about the video game stuff. That's fair then. So the current artificial intelligence, okay. Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying, I appreciate that very much. So, in any case, like I said, I'm not worried about some global takeover of the world anytime soon. From a robotic standpoint. I think I expect pigs to fly a lot more than that, to be honest. Is that a plushie? Ugh. So I just need another stack of bone meal. So that should be a third of this. That's crazy. I think, as far as I know, I think he meant like option A. Or the previous versus the latter. So, I hope I got that right too, for all it's worth. Oh, let's see. I don't need this much dough. So I need 2... So I definitely need 4 stacks. And then... a little more. I'm just gonna create all this into dough balls at this point. There ain't no reason not to. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. And now goo balls. I mean, yeah, the wheel hasn't changed much since it's just changed its use over the years. I agree. Same thing with Minecraft. And then the knife hasn't changed much use. Just the styles of it. So I agree. Things haven't changed too much in the past... Oh. I mean, for a long time. So. But I think you might be talking about a different thing than I'm understanding. Possibly. Which I apologize. Well, there's the seeds I need. Alright, let me go check we get the sugar I need first before we get ahead of myself. So, let's see. I have way more goo balls than I need. So, I definitely know I need 30... Because 256. So, 32. Should be enough. So, it's 4 stacks and a half. And then we're just gonna fill my thing to the brim with seeds. Because I cannot be bothered to do anything else. These away. And we're just gonna fill my inventory with a ton of seeds. Because we are going to be here a minute. I just have to heat it. This is gonna suck. Oh well. Did I miss the memo? We have made just about everything except what I wanted. That is crazy. Alright, let's try this then. 1, 2, 3. Or no, 1 sugar, 1 slime ball, 3. 3 seeds. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's compacting. Oops. Yeah, that would do it. Just gonna borrow that for a minute. That should be the right distance. Okay. Let's try that again. So, seeds, sugar. Hello. Oh. Yeah, that would do it too. Can we just turn the wheel? Oh. I see the problem. I see the problem. Oh, I bet you I know why. There we are. I am just phenomenally surprised at how much bullcrap I am making out of this, by the way. Crikey. Try that again. Seeds, sugar, slime balls. Freaking lip throws. Hang in there, folks. We're gonna be here a while. This would be somewhat satisfying, wasn't so dang. I'm kind of annoying. Just ping, ping, ping. Part of kind of wants to know where they recorded this audio. Like, I wonder if they just went out to like a smithy, to like an anvil and a hammer, and just went ping, 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 ping as they just decided. That's good enough. I feel like there's a subtle undertone to it. It's like there's another like lower beat tone to it somewhere in there I'm hearing, I think, as well. Though I could just be mad, so. But it's highly likely. So. Oh, ran out of something. What did we run out of, Chief? Wait, what? What's wrong with you? Oi! What's wrong with you? What's wrong with it? I know it's just like echoing in your head. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Oh. I see the problem. He got shy. Thinking over here like the recipe's wrong. I'm like, that's the recipe. Nope, he just got cold. I don't know. It's crikey. It's not croigy, it's crikey. So C-R-I-C-K-I-E. Is, I believe, the spelling. Let's find out. Let's go on the internet. Where did the term crikey? Oh, sorry. At the end, it's a Y, E-Y. Sorry. So it's C-R-I-K-E-Y. Not cricky, it's crikey. So crikey is a British euphemism appearing in the 1820s and 1830s, used as a minced oath or mild substitute for the name Christ, expressing surprise or emphasis without blasphemy, similar to gauche or cripes. Its exact formation isn't certain, but it's considered a variation of Christ, possibly linked to Christ Kill Me or Christ King, emerging as a softer way to voice shock or astonishment. Interesting. So for me, it's an accidental finding of a word that is the substitute for Christ. So that's interesting. Thanks, Australia. Okay, so we're missing about a handful. So, yeah. We need the other 17 we're missing here. Which means I gotta get 17 more worth of sugar and seed. Well, maybe not seeds, but sugar. Just needs a couple more sugar. And then I also gotta get some more slime balls. That's I need 17 slime. Thankfully, I made extra. This is why we make extra, folks. Also, I read the instructions. Because instructions not clear, crap, cotton blender. Thankfully, it's a simple fix. But I guess that just makes sense that it's a British euphemism, since Australia really wouldn't be considered Australian, because Australians are from Britain, so that kind of makes sense. At least in the long run, it makes sense. Alright, there's our stuff, and we also got some magma cream from that. That's a bloody amazing. I want to open the door, please, thank you. Excuse me. Seeds. Put that back. Need to put this back. And then we also gotta smash all this resin into a flat version. Think that through. Do you believe it is a word that shouldn't be used casually? Like, well, that's the whole point. Is that they use that word because it was a form of a word that was not blaspheming Christ. So, crikey was basically meant to be the exchange of that. That being said, heart posture's everything, and if you think that that is the case, sure. Yeah, don't use it. But if not, then I think you're free to use it. I've never thought that about the word, to be honest, when I say it. I figured it was just a funny thing Australians and Britons said. That had no meaning other than the fact of just, like it said, shock or exclamation. So, I don't find it wrong. Now that I know the meaning, I can see where people would get that idea. But I don't think it wrong, because I don't think of the word that way. I hope there's enough that I can actually do this properly, because I need 2 of each dye. So I need 2 red dye. Or no. Oh, yeah. So I need 4 yellow dye, 4 red dye, 4 green dye, 4 blue dye. So 4 red, 4 green, 4 yellow, and 4 blue. We do have blue options. I'd rather use flowers than my lapis. So 4 blue, 4 yellow, 4 red, 4 green. I think that's how you spell it. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Goodness gracious. It's just meant to be acclamation, but again, as I would say, it'd probably be depending on how you view the word. Little G, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. So probably view it like that almost. Yeah. Kind of like, how does that, you know, congrue with your heart? If it congrues well, then no worries, right? But if it doesn't, then don't say it, basically. Or, oh, good heavens, you know. That's another word there that's probably like, oh my gosh. Oh, wait. How do I form this stuff again? I have to compact it. And then I have to mix it in a heated mixer, right? This is crazy. Such a crazy recipe. That is what it is. This is the mad world I'm in. That being said, if I did want to create liquid dye, how do I go about doing such a thing? Right. So let's just say I wanted like a colored dye. How do I acquire said color? I imagine we just put thing in bucket, right? Yeah, we just put dye in water, heated mixer. So, okay, so just dye in water equal thing. Okay. That's easy. That's real easy. We can do that. Me can do that. If need be. This isn't enough green dye. Not even in the slightest. And I recognize that now. It's a bloody hoot. If anything, today is just preparation for the next stream to literally actually work on this project. Because at the rate this is going, I'm just gonna literally just do all this prep work together and then literally just probably take the rest of the day off. Because this is taking so dang long. I've been here for 2 hours. Sorry, hour and 3/4. Doing nothing but prep! Dog. Nothing but prep. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. Is the U.S. split into Lutheran, Orthodox, and Catholic Church? And don't take split too seriously. I wouldn't exactly explain it like that. Because the way it's split is more than that. There's like a lot more than just those those 3. There's a ton to be included with that idea. So, but I get what you mean, but it's not split evenly. It's definitely those groups and a few more. I think we have about 15 different types of churches here in the US. Just for Christianity. And that's not even including all the other religions that are included in that idea. So, to be honest with you. So how many do I actually need of each? Okay, so I just need 9 of each dye. So I need 9 green, 9 red, 9 yellow, 9 blue. So 9 green, 9 red, 9 yellow, and if I have enough, 9 blue. Sick. Yeah, I get what you mean on that topic. At least I hope I do. Whoop. Yellow. These taste different. I'd imagine not. I imagine like they're all the same, but I could be wrong. Anyways, well, there's all my colors. Lestadianism is based off of Calvinist beliefs. So I believe the closest thing to Lestadianism would probably be Presbyterian. Give or take. With some form of baptistry into it, as well as maybe a bit of Lutheran. Actually, no, probably Lutheran mixed with Presbyterian and Baptist are kind of like what Lestadianism is. Because as far as I know, it draws on different aspects to get to that format. And I need a shaft. I need a shaft. Okay. Then we press down the plate. And then we just go ham. So whenever it hits 9, it should just... Yep. Perfect. Here we go again. Waiting game number 2. Electric Boogaloo. But yeah, as far as I know, it's based off of a few. But their differences are very... There's a video I've seen on it that may be helpful. I just don't know how good it is, so I don't really want to say it. And not to mention, even within these different churches, there's different ways that they believe. So, like, even though there's, like, Lutheran, there's, like, multiple forms of Lutheran that are, like, this way, that way, and this way. So it's, like, confusing. Oh, no, you're fine. To put it in one word, there's only one word. Opinion. Opinion. And why I say that is because it's always based on the differing opinions of each person that, or certain people, how they believe the church should have been or doing certain things that had really nothing to do with truth, but mostly on how opinion, how you believed. So, like, for instance, you know, with Presbyterians, I believe they believe in not women wearing dresses. They believe in not exactly having too many instruments and stuff like that when they're not that important rules. They're very opinionations more than anything, which come from biblical scripture. But it's one of those situations that does not matter that much. Like, Christ isn't going to be like, you are wearing jeans instead of a dress. How dare you? It's not that kind of deal for him. If he did say that to people, he did it because they were dressing maybe a bit too provocatively, maybe. Which is fair. Because the whole point of going to church is, you know, to think not about the world. So, I get that. In any case, the point being, a lot of the reasons why there's so many versions of Christianity here is just because of opinion. That's it. Now, some of the splits have to do, very few of them, had to do with some type of rule that they may not have agreed with. So that much is true. But it's very few and far between. Alright, so now we throw this in the heated mixer to get mastic resin. Which means I'm going to need 16 buckets for this crap. Let's get all this switched back around, and then we can worry about that part. Okay. These questions aren't rough. It's just something you have to... It's just the way you kind of have to figure out how to say what you want to say is a bit rough for me. I'm gonna hope they don't mix colors together. Red. Yeah, they're good questions. I like the questions. Gets my brain a tinkering here, so. Got green. Green. Try to keep all these things organized, hopefully. And then yellow. For ochre. Alright, well there's our colors. We got the primaries and green. So we don't need this anymore. I have all the liquids I need. And then last but not least is Lily just getting these machines set up next time, I guess. I guess we can do designing together. I don't mind doing that in the creative world. We can do some designing. So, go do that. Because I gotta figure out how to do this right. Yes. We get to do some science. This is the farm design I was trying to come up with. It's a very opinion-based question, my friend. It's hard to say. Because I don't fully know what's the right answer for it, in all honesty. I think that it could create more problems than benefits in my very subjective opinion. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna... As long as people are getting saved, I'm not against the idea of there being multiple versions. I think my only issue is when the differences become such a problem that they become like a segregation problem, and where no one can connect appropriately because of that. I think that's usually where my heart kind of goes with that situation. Actually, I need one of these, so it's going to be on the ground, unfortunately. So that's our active molten vent. And there will be lava. Okay, we'll need a block temporarily, so I'm just going to get some cobble. So the way this has to work... So I definitely want the liquid mastic to go down. And then this will be the lava spreading over. So we'll put that here. 6, 7, 8. And then assuming I only bring 2 buckets of lava, I should be able to put it here and here. That should work. But I do wish that Christianity wouldn't have so many problems with the opinion problem. Though I do think that people think that it's better for you to be a certain way. I think they should be allowed to practice that part of their faith without problem. And not really turning it like an argument. It's azurine, so that's blue. Oh, wait. So it's like it does act like water. Okay, now does it turn into the stuff? That's interesting. Okay, so this doesn't work as I thought it was going to work. So I think it has to be within range of the lava core. Unfortunately. Yeah. I find it very hard for people when I get the hard difficulty. I do find it very rough, the fact that as Christians we're not... Yeah, I get why we have the differing opinions. It's not like I don't get that. But it would be nice to see us not have that big of a problem. I was trying to think about how to do this, by the way. So I know that's always going to be 3 blocks in every direction. So I know it's going to be this direction. So if I want to do it like this, I can. Just figuring out how to do it right. Just gonna make the shape and then figure out how to do it right, because I know it has to be different for the liquids than it does have to be for the lava. Because liquid mastic resin's a little different than that. So if I make these two lava, this could be liquid mastic resin, which I could put right here, I think. I would have to do that. So if I did that... Oops. I think I'm supposed to wait. Okay. Okay. See, it's not spreading there. Okay, hold on. Wait, what if I do this, this, and this, this? Fudge. How do I fix that? I guess that's how I'd have to fix it. It's gonna be rough. Because I can't do that. So the only option then would be to put it 1 block higher. Then I was gonna make sure it spreads and... Ay caramba. For now. Oop. Spread out, you imbecile. Okay. That wouldn't be moved. Yeah, you're welcome to keep asking your questions. It's just one of those things that's difficult with opinion ones. That's all. And I do like the questions. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's just trying to figure out how this stuff works, so it works right. Because I want the maximum output I can get. And with the way the drills are going to be working and everything, I think it's going to be like this, basically. I just hope it works right, as it needs to work. That's like my only hope. Okay, it should be working. Then I'm gonna need a lava bucket. These are a bit easier. Ooh, wait. No, it's not. Didn't think about that. Well, actually... But the way the thing is, I don't actually have to do it like that. Because I can really just do it like this and it'll be fine. Really? I have to do it like that just to get it to work. Alright, man. I appreciate you coming by, man. I wish you the best and hope you had a good holiday, man, for yourself. Oh. Interesting. That makes that a lot easier. Well, that's interesting. The only problem is I have to set up all those liquid mastics afterward. And the lava too. See you, my brother. I wish you the best. Thanks for coming by, man. See you, brother. So I think it actually does fit inside of a whatchamacallit. It's not a 9x9. There it is. Yeah, this would definitely fit inside of a chunk. Interesting. Alright, well now I gotta get belts set up. For now, I'm gonna put this in my inventory. Okay, create. Let's see. Gonna need belts for now. This probably gonna need some gearboxes and chain drives. Rate up, I appreciate you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. So this has to go... Actually, I think I actually need to go one lower. But I'm gonna try to keep it like this and see if I can make this work. So... I am going to have to move the core, unfortunately, or the lava underneath the core itself whenever I start this project. Unfortunately. Oh, let me go get that charm real quick. There's a charm in here for shrinking. Shrinking. Take that. That'll just make building a lot easier for me. Necklace. Okay. So there's that. And then... there's also going to be about here to here. These are also have to move so fast to work. I also need to put this back, because if I do decide to use a schematic cannon, I'm going to want to have a no azurine block problem. That works. That works. Looks like whatever belt transition things are going to have to be here. Looks like. Alright, let me get a creative generator for now. Just for the moment. Then... right here. That should be fast enough to get everything out of here. Okay, so it has to be the other ones. Gearbox. Has to be the parallel. Same over here. On the other side, though. Wait, what? Oh, right. There we go. Okay, so those are all going in the right direction now for their destinations. Which means after they get mined, then they'll get sent off to Narnia. So these have to be the drills, then. Let's see. Drill. Turned around. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Drill. Oh. Drill, drill. Drill. Spies you. Okay. So those are the drills. They have to all get connected by gearboxes or gears or something. Okay. And then that all gets run off the windmill, which that'll be its own problem. And then these all go to a storage bin that will contain the Zult. Unless I just want to immediately grind it into like the iron. The problem is it's just so much storage. I don't like the idea of that. Where at least if I just had like a general station, at like the station, I could literally fill up everything in there. So I think I'd rather just be a tank system. And then the train would come by, make a stop, pick up the items, and then head back off into the nether world. Or not nether, but to wherever it had to go back to. Which I don't even know why I didn't think about making another setup. I could have made another train setup. It would have been so much faster, but whatever. So this then has to go into a silo. That's fine. Actually, I don't think it needs to be this big. Actually, it does, because there's one whole tank worth, so it needs to be a tank worth on here. Well, no, it doesn't, because it's just a transfer unit, so... Alright, so I think I can get 3 high. Which means, with my train, and how big they get, that thing's going to have to be at the very, very top to do the transfer. And then it has to be 1 apart, so that's a whole nother trick up the book. Oh, let's just get rid of all this for the moment, except for that. So, what is it called? I don't remember what they're called. Where is it? I know what the thing looks like, just don't remember what it's called. There it is. Portable storage interface, train station, train track, train casing. Okay. Because I just need to test this properly. Okay. So that'll go like that. And there'll be a track here. No. Track here. I'm just going to create a giant circle for this. Okay. Didn't think so. Put 1 here. Put 1 here. Oh gosh darn it. There we go. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. And then create a new train. Wait, what? There isn't a highlighted area. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Cancel assembly. Cancel. I gotta create a whole nother freaking track for this. Create a train, thank you. Bogey. Actually, I kind of forgot how big my train is. I'm actually have to make it just the right size so I can know this actually work with the train I have. So, I definitely know there's a bogey here. So that's about the size of my train. And then I'm just going to use these basic blocks to make the middle and the front. It's going to be crazy. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. And then there were item vaults on it. Okay, then I'm also going to need a glue stick. Tighten this up together. And I'm also going to need a train driver. Schedule. It's gonna need a seat and a driving mechanism. Where is it? Oh, trying to find this stuff is a pain. And then a seat. Hey, Claire. I'm doing well. How are you? Good. Anything interesting going on for you? Train control seat. Going good. I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by randoms? So I'm playing on my own. I'm just working on trying to create a contraption here. And testing how it works, basically. I do a variety. Don't need this anymore. Whoop. Is he connected to that? I think I'm it. Sure. You mean this world, so to speak? Okay, villager is definitely not the good one. I need a cat. Like the world itself that I've been playing, or the game itself? Actually, I think I should use the lead, if I remember right. Lead. The game itself. I do not know. Thoroughly, I do not know. It's just whenever I can at this point. Alright, well, I got that going. Alright, let's just move the train then. Oh, actually, I need to redo something. Hold on, wait. America. Oh my gosh. Shoot. Kind of already an idea what you're probably going to talk about, what you're thinking of, but shoot. I imagine some do some type of graphic design. There we go. So something I forgot to do is attach the spigot. So the train's coming in this way. It's going to end up on the outside. So it needs to be on... That's the driver facing. It needs to be on the left side. Probably not. You're probably using a banned term. Oh, I thought you're saying if I'm reading your mind. Yes, I happen to I could tell by your name. You guys don't usually change your names beyond some type of normal, regular name. So I've been down this road before. Oh wait, it didn't arrive at the station. Well, as much as I appreciate it, I'm good. I don't wish to partake. Disassemble. I don't wish to, I don't want any of it. There you go. Can't remember the word for it. Assemble the train. Looks good. Hopefully this crap works. It's on the wrong side. That's fixable. Okay. Then we do this, that, this, and that. Then how do we do this? I don't know how these work. So schedules allow trains to be controlled by other drivers. Right click with the item in hand. Opens its interface. Once programmed, the schedule can be handed off to the driver. Any mob or blaze burner sitting in front of the train controls the deliverable conductor. That's cool. I can just use blazes. Creatures on a lead can be given it conveniently. Okay. So, I don't know. Depot. Hey, Shice. Doing well, my brother. How about you? Long time no see. Output. Okay. Oop. We're gonna try to figure out this situation I'm having. I don't get it. Oh, do I actually have to, like, have the train appear? Oh, that may actually be the case. Approaching input. Okay. Okay, I may actually have to redo the train a bit. Because this is just not working. How have you been, brother? How's your holidays? Yeah, I did as best I could. But I was just having a rough week, to be honest. My brain's just been all over the place for me. But it's been good. As best as it can be. Okay, I might have to destroy all this now. Whoop, too much. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Did you enjoy yourself during your holidays as well? All things considered. Okay. Okay. We get on board. Whoop. Yeah, me too, man. I appreciate it. It's just part of my problems, basically. So it takes its toll. How far are we off? One more block. Yeah. I'll be alright. Thing is, like, it's kind of like the Hulk, where basically, if you've ever watched the Avengers, it's basically like I'm always not doing good. It's just, yeah, it's just a mess. So I just do best what I can, in spite of my situation. But nevertheless, anything should be going on with you? Schedule. How do I schedule this train? Onboard control. Train station. Unnamed train. Train station. This needs to be input. I don't get it. Schedules allow trains to be controlled by other drivers. Okay. Right-click with the item in hand to open its interface. Oh, here we go. Travel to station. Input. Wait till item cargo inactivity? That would make sense, right? For a total of, well, I don't know, 30 seconds. You had your first working day since 24th, so you can guess it was kind of rough to get back to schedule. Really? Today? Then... output. Then we want an alternative... Wait. Oh. Here we go. And then we do cargo... chunk unloaded? No. Station powered? No. Item cargo condition? When you have exactly 0 items. Yeah, I'm working on this to test it out. And then instead of this, we can just delete this. And then we would item cargo condition. So these things can hold about up to 15k. So I'm going to say whenever it reaches 15. Well, I don't want to do 15k because I don't know if I'm ever going to be waiting that long in a period, but maybe I should. Because if this thing could run in the background, it'd be nice. So 15 point... I don't know, point... 15,300 items. And then you go to output till it's 0. And then you just loop forever. Okay. And then I just need an output station at the other end. So here you go, little guy. Okay, so now I need the mastic resin and the lava. Just to make sure this actually works, because I don't know if this works or not. So, blue mastic resin, lava. Is there anything currently interesting you're working on at the moment, Chase? Here we go. That works. And then I gotta somehow transfer energy up and over. Yes, cat. Let's see. Chain drive? Psychonauts, really? Yeah, I know that thing's kind of similar to Ratchet and Clank, so that's good to hear you had a nice time. Pretty cool time to have some. What made you want to play it? Let me ask you. Ah, not the way I wanted it. Actually, that's fine. That allows me just to do that, so. And then gears. No, cogs. They call them cogs. Small and large. Forgot the name of the things. Really? It's pretty cool then. I am surprised this is not transferring. I don't know if it's just because of a... Yeah, I gotcha. Oh, I wonder if it's, Oh, I hate these things. Because they don't just transfer items sometimes. Which I don't understand why. Because they don't just transfer items. Yeah, so it's just a representation of the inventory. Which means this has to get redone. Okay, so let's... Just symbol train. Still working. So that's just gonna fill with stuff anyway. These have to actually go lower. Let's go like that. And glue. Okay, then I gotta find out. I wonder. There was an item interface thing I saw that I wonder if it would work. Is it storage interface? Storage. There's like the storage interface thing I saw. I just don't know if it would work. Problem is I also don't remember what the name of the mod particularly was. Forge! Is stuff in additions? No, it's brass cube. Is it garnished? Oh, it's garnished. Nah, I didn't think so. I am having trouble finding what I'm looking for. I'm happy you enjoyed it then, for what it's worth. Sure, anything else beyond that? Mopeds, create building blocks, design decor, escalated. Is it connected? Oh, here we go. Accessing inventory can be challenging in tight spaces. Inventory access ports extend inventories to help with that. But it looks like you still need to shoot or something. Yeah. Okay, well, that changes the name of the game. I'm gonna leave that like that for now. Really? You say we. Who is we? If I may ask. Oh. That's cool. Congratulations, you guys looking at a house. That's pretty awesome. Did you guys find one you really liked? Or not yet? Works. Gotcha. May I ask how much the house is? Not how much you offer, but just how much it is in general? Yeah, I got you. I know what you mean. I'm not glad. I didn't think this would be this hard to figure out. So I know this stuff has to drop into the chute. So I guess I could just be a hopper system. So, fan goes here. Shoot, 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 oop, shoot, shoot, shoot. Then shoot. And we cover these up with like cobble. 900k. It's a lot of money. You guys, I guess, saved up for that? Or are you guys trying to do like a payment plan? I can't remember the name. Okay, so you guys doing like a bank loan and you're gonna pay it off? Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. It's a lot of money. Do you guys, like, have a decent job to do that? To afford that, anyway? I know it's not my business, but that is a lot of money. Oh, okay. Well, that helps then. That helps quite a bit. Alright, Azurine is moving through the hoppers into the vaults, hopefully. Perfect. That's pretty cool then you guys have both leading tech positions. I guess congratulations on that. I hope you guys get the house for what it's worth then. I'm sorry for asking so many questions. It's really none of my business, but I was just a little curious. Oop. You too, man. That is rough. Well, it's not rough, but it is definitely gonna take time. Alright, just to kind of get this show on the road, I am going to take a Azurine. Oop. It's also a very big move for you guys. Oh, that's the lava and the massic resin forming into Azurine. So, yeah. Yeah, sorry about the annoying sound. I know it can be quite annoying. Why are we having issues? I mean, this works, don't get me wrong. So, there's gonna have to be multiple of these machines. And basically what it's gonna do is it's gonna allow me to produce metal infinitely. And honestly, it's making me not even want to use trains. It makes me want to just teleport the items wherever they have to go. But basically what it's gonna do is that it's gonna make metal. So it's going to make zinc, iron, gold, and copper unlimitedly. As well as clay as a byproduct, redstone, nether quartz, and... what's the other one? Oh, what do they make? I can't remember. Azurine... or it's just the ores, basically. Let me see. So, iron goes to redstone, gold does nether quartz, copper does clay? Yes. And then zinc does gunpowder as a byproduct. So this makes this stuff infinitely. It never stops making it. The only situation is getting to the point where I might just teleport this stuff. Because it'd be a lot easier. Because I'm seeing this machine, and in spite of the train I made, which is cool looking, I might still keep it, isn't going to work as effectively as I thought with the way that this thing is transferring the metal. And I don't know if that's just because it's too far close, too far forward. Like, it's supposed to be exactly where it's supposed to be. Oop. But it's not transferring anything. And I don't know why. But the same idea would apply to a similar function. Just gonna move all this. Like, is it this? I'm not exactly sure why that ain't working. Because the other option then is set up a teleporting network with teleporters. And basically I would have to teleport items to and fro from point A to point B. And that's the only other way I could do it. Which isn't impossible. It'd basically be the same setup, except everything would be routed to a teleporter. Which would then be teleported to its processing plants. That would be the only other option. But that also means I also have to create chunk loaders, which I have to figure out how to make. I know it's like with portals, nether portals. And then it's just figuring out how to create those chunk things up in the air away from everything so that the chunk stays loaded. I want to say it has to do something with like an entity coming in and out of a portal. It keeps it loaded. If I'm not mistaken. The only problem is I'll put strain on the game, and I don't want that too. But at the same time, it's like... Uh... It's hard. I gotta figure it out. That'll probably be tomorrow's project then, I guess, just trying to figure out how to create teleporting juice so that way I can get things teleported across the world. Because as much as I want to do trains, I just can't. Schedule resumed. You know, the problem is I can't put anything in this box. Is it the hopper? I wonder if it's the hopper. It can't be the hopper then. Yeah, but it's not even trying. Here, let me try something else here. Assemble, assemble. Does that fix it? It doesn't. Alright, well, there's another option. Here's another one. Here's another one. Assemble. And basically what I have to do to make this work is... I have to take a chute. I have to take chutes. Put one here. Put one here. And that's the only way I can think about doing it. I mean, items are going in. Is it just too fast? Oh, don't do that. Is it just too fast? I can see that. So, items aren't moving in. Okay, let's try something else. Because it needs to be foolproof, basically. So, funnel. Whatever. Okay. Like, why you no work, man? Come on now. It's a vault. Like, it's a vault. Because I can't just keep undoing it and redoing it. It was working at first, just fine. This isn't considered the train, but that doesn't make sense. Shut up, cat. Alright, let's try something else then. Assemble, click. I'm trying to think. Like, it would make sense to me that the hopper would connect, right? I wonder if we connect that. But it doesn't. And I can't get it to connect otherwise, because it doesn't count as an object. Because I figured portable storage interfaces would work just fine. I don't know. I think I'm going to just do teleportation. I don't have a choice. Because I want to do trains. I really, really do. I really want to have trains do this operation for a little while. But at this point, I just can't get it to function. And teleports aren't hard to create. I've learned how easy it is to create these things. I know how to create the stuff needed for it. The thing is, the item teleporter uses telejuice. It means at every location I have to create a system in which I can create the teleporter. Use telejuice to toggle a custom portal in the area on and off. Great. And that part bothers me a bit. I mean, redstone pearls aren't hard to make. The thing that I have a problem with is going to be the... Okay, receiver's pretty cheap. This TP link. And the item teleporter itself also requires quantum mechanisms, which aren't going to be cheap. That's not too bad. That's not too bad either, I guess. I guess these aren't too bad. It does require a process, though, to get these ready. It's only a one-time deal, which is thank God. I guess I'm just gonna do teleporters. I don't have a choice. Because I can't get the train to work no matter what I do. Like, I've tried everything in the whole create system. There ain't nothing in create that's helping me work. Can't use hyper tubes, because that's only for people, not for items. Train buffer. For separating trains or carts that bump into each other, simply add extra flair to your train. We'll look at a specific part of the train track and detect when train is crossing that specific train track to give a redstone signal. Don't care about that. Train signal. I don't care about that either. Because the thing I'm having a problem with is I can't get things to come onto the train. Even though I thought we had it at the beginning, it seemed like it. I'm wondering if I just have to use like barrels and chests at this point. Seats, train station, train tracks. Waypoints for the train network. Create train UI in assembly mode. New bogies. Click to change to different bogies. Super glue. They have chests or barrels. Every train requires train controls on board. Trains that can be disassembled back into blocks and stations only. Use stations. Maps will mark them as a label maker. Assembled trains can be relocated on nearby tracks. Can provide drivers with the destination. Comparator, civil, and trains present. Direction. Stations can also be used to assign new schedules. Okay. Railway equipment. Train track, train station, train signal, train observer, train controls, train schedule, train door, train trapdoor, train casing. I guess it has something to do with, say, with like the storage mediums, I guess. And that's what it takes. Is that what it is? Yep. Yep. Seen that. Seen that. I have seen the vertical changing. Okay, I've seen that before. Okay, well, it ain't that. It's gotta be the mobile storage interface. Once I can find the bloke. Yeah, it's like the only thing possible at this point now. Can't be a belt. Threshold switch. Inventory bridge. Is that it? Oh, it just provides a bridge. Okay. So that it can access them simultaneously. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, back. Only components attached to the bridge itself can access both inventories. Yep. Turned off with redstone, filtering items with an inventory bridge. That ain't it. I thought it would maybe be the access port, but that doesn't apparently make sense. It just says accessing inventories in tight spaces. Where'd it go? Without the need to stop the contraption. Stationary interface will represent all inventories on the contraption. Items can now be inserted. Is that how it has to be done? So like it has to like connect these and I have to put like a hopper underneath? I mean, I guess that makes sense. It kind of makes sense. So like that would be the... Right. Disassemble, whatever. Put that there, just stop it temporarily. And then there would be the interface and then the hopper, right? Right there. Hopper. Interface. Yeah, because I can't do it any other way. I know sometimes it just needs an update. Good, buddy. Because it ain't going down. Almost seems like it ain't even part of the train. Even though, like, it is, it isn't. Well, there's a way to do this otherwise. Hold on. This is annoying! Get rid of you, get rid of you. You. Hopper. Interface. Because there's space between. It's just the hopper's not there. I can't make it any taller without making like a 2 size, which may have to be the case. Oh wait, but I can't do that without... without causing a distance problem. Unless this works. I don't know if this works. The thing just doesn't go that tall. Hopper stored interface. Well, there is one way. Hold on. Chest. And a unknown. Well, that doesn't work how I thought it was going to. Well, no, it still can. take this out just in case. And then, if I'm not mistaken, that may work. Though I've been wrong a lot so far. Oh, did you ever drop your chain schedule? Oh, for frick's sakes, you dropped the train schedule. At this point, I don't even care at this point. I just want to see if this thing even works. Like, you would think that would work. Whatever, the cat can go. I don't care at this point. Go around, and approach input. Okay. I'll try to see if I can't unload it and reload the chunks, maybe. Whee! And it's unloaded. See if it's just like a loading error or something. If not, I'll try resetting this thing and see if that fixes it as well. I'll try saving and quitting, see if that fixes it. This is very interesting to me how this thing is just not working at all. Like, whatsoever. I don't know then. I don't know what's going on. Like, because it's like not a perfect connection. I've seen it have worse connection. Or is it because the hopper can't count this? I thought it could, though. Well, the train's gonna be different anyway, so I'm gonna have to figure that out, so... First the input. Okay. Assemble... I mean, at this point, whatever it gets me to point A to point B, I don't care just to figure out the problem. If it figures it out, it figures it out. Input spot. Still. Alright, well, looks like I'm about to work on teleporters because this train is out of whack. It is just not happy. It ain't having none of it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright then. Well, that'll be next session, I guess. Working on teleportating, because I don't understand why this ain't working. Thankfully, it's not hard to create the stuff. I just gotta create chorus fruit plant, and then I can work on that. Well, y'all, I'm sorry about that. Hopefully next time we'll have a bit better of a time. In any case, I do hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I do appreciate y'all for the follows on over there on Kick. Wish you guys all the best. God bless you all. And may God be with you as always. And watch over you as always as well. We'll see you guys next time. Peace. May God be... I'll be praying for you as always.